Hey yo, today's Saturday. That's all I know. So I just want to get down to this. Starting a new project. So I got 8 of these remotely squared up 2 by 4, which is never 2 by 4. It's 1.88 inches, not 2. But, or, I don't know, standards probably changed by now. But I was messing with these and I actually came up with 3 different ideas. Three different ideas that would work really good for somebody that's in woodworking that can go chase this better than I can go chase it. So, here it is. You take these 2 bys and pay no attention to the length of one, but you know how they're angled, 2 up, 2 laying down, 2 up, 2 laying down, kind of like opposites, so it looks the same on all sides. And you clamp and groodle the living crap out of that. But if you don't have like a big fancy something that can saw through this entire thing, especially the biggest thing is, I was thinking cut through this and take section by section and create zigzags in it so it separates half and half. You fill the difference with epoxy, but before you do that, and use it as accent lights, but before you do that, you have to decide that there is going to be a business side, and just run that line. So you got light coming from the top and light from the bottom, but I don't know, maybe it's not that important. Maybe just light from the bottom would be cool enough, and if you're laying in your bed, you don't necessarily need lights full Monty where you're looking at the LEDs, where you just want a little accent. And when you're on the bottom chunk of this and you have all of this together and it's all chunked up on the inside, you gotta drill a hole down in there to be able to get that LED in there. And what I would recommend is that when you drill that hole up on that half side, the bottom side, like it's laying down now. No, it's not laying down, right? We're all together. When you cut this, split it, lay it down, build a box around it, epoxy it, figure out how to get the epoxy mold release. There's a process to this stuff. Then you'd want to run your LED light about an inch shy, and you just want, kind of like a funnel, or maybe a 1 inch at the top, but it's just going to reflect up. So you're going to want some shiny, bright paint on the underneath, or silver looking underneath this wood. Spray it super silver, and then worry about the color on the outside later, or protect it, make it look like wood. But it'd be wooden epoxy, And I've seen some of these videos online. I'm not inventing anything new, but it's just something I thought of. Maybe a different way of doing something that's been seen online using 2 by 4, but this is 1 2 by 4. And if you can make this epoxy thing, epoxy's not cheap, so there'll be an expense with epoxy, but your biggest expense will be epoxy. But if you made these lights, you got the cost of a decent amount of epoxy in a space like this, and you want to gap it 4 or 5 inches. It's going to be a big, decent fill. You're going to have to do 2 inches at a time, burn the bubbles, all that stuff. That's idea 1. Idea number 2 was like Angry Birds. This could be a $1 million idea, multi-million dollar ideas. You take stakes, big stakes, 4-foot stakes or 5-foot stakes, put them into the ground, and have a brace system where you got something that can double brace, make sure it's nice and strong. You got this 1.5-inch band or 2-inch band. You can pull back and provide tension on it, and then you get a bunch of 2x. So it's, you could sell them the kit and just tell them to go to the local hardware store for their 2x, or the second option would just sell them the whole kit with the wood. And you just set these up, like Angry Bird style, and you come up with different widths, different heights, different couple pieces of wood in front of it. See if you got to hit this first. It requires kids to use their imaginations on how we're going to do this in real life versus virtual life. So it requires kids of all ages to use their imagination, even if it's people in their backyard looking for something different to do. This could be a fun backyard experience that's different and fun. So I don't think I've ever seen it. So there you go. So idea number 2, just playing with some 2x4 by 16-inch, 8 of them. The third idea I came up with was I was stacking them like this. Just going to show you guys real quick, like the general idea. Kind of opposite, stack it up opposite, always on the high point, not the low, laying them down. And when it looked all pretty, I actually was like this, rotating it around as if there was a big screw, 12-inch, 14-inch screw going, and holes drilled through all of these. And these were pivot points. And I was coming up with a collapsible outdoor chair, is what I came up with in my mind. And I just haven't worked it out yet. But that's what you get for watching wood, is there's always got to be that chance before you make it into what you're going to make it into. Play with it and see if you can make other ideas flow through your mind or not. Maybe you can come up with cool ideas, maybe you can't, but hope somebody gets rich off it. Have a blessed day. See you. Bye.